So, by the way, welcome to the Two Savage for Democrats podcast. I haven't uploaded on this channel for quite a while. I was thinking of a way to bring it back, because I want to bring it back to you guys, but I don't really know how to fully bring back the podcast. I'm thinking about starting kind of a group podcast where I have some people on, some guests, kind of just entertain it. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Starbucks. I just drink their tea because it's pretty good, and I'm too lazy to make my own. But ISIS is back at it again. After the new year, they started off the new year strongly with their terrorist attacks. New year, new me. For them, it's new year, same savage bullshit we have to deal with. And then we have to listen to... it's funny because ISIS kills hundreds of people, and then we get lectured by world leaders saying that we're the ones that just aren't accepting enough. It's our fault. It's us. It's us. It's because we're not accepting enough of their religion. If we were just accepting of the Muslim religion, this would stop happening. That's what they like to say. So ISIS started off the new year by engaging in a wave of terrorist attacks that killed 110 people. 110 people. What the frick, dude? 110. So we're going to read off these. 3 Saturday bombings in Baghdad that killed 29. A nightclub shooting in Istanbul that killed 39 and injured 70. And the shooter's still on the run. They killed 7 policemen on Sunday in the city of Najaf in Iraq. Detonated a car bomb in a busy city of Baghdad, killing 24. Are we ever going to learn? And that's probably what I primarily want to make this little segment about here. Are we ever going to learn? What will it take? How many terrorist attacks have to be committed before somebody wakes up and says, what the hell are we doing? All right, well, you've got Merkel over there saying that they're attacking the Western world because we're accepting of refugees. They're trying to make excuses for why we're accepting all these refugees, which the refugee program is stupid, all right? A lot of these people coming over here, only 14, 17% of them actually need to come. The majority of them don't even need to come. The majority of them do not need to be here, but they're coming anyway because they don't want to fight for their own country. When we had the Civil War in this country, you didn't see anybody going over to any of the other countries trying to avoid fighting. The men stayed here and fought because we're real men. These men are either pussies or they're literally what ISIS says they are, which they're infiltrating the refugees coming over, which obviously that's happening. There was the shooter in Berlin, or the guy who drove the truck, because when there's no guns, you just get a hold of something else. The guy who drove the truck through the crowd of people in Berlin, he was a refugee. He posed as a 15, 17-year-old kid, but he ended up being an adult. What the hell? It's like we have no sense of what's going on. We do, right? You and I, as the viewers, we get it. Well, obviously enough people got it that Donald Trump got elected. Terrorism's a big issue. The majority of people disagree with how Obama's handling terrorism, how Merkel's handling terrorism, but a huge majority of people just don't get it. It's the liberals who are too stupid to understand anything. And it's any issue you try to describe to liberals. It's not just terrorism. If I were to walk up to a liberal and they say the wage gap exists and I'm a horrible person, I'll say to them, no, the wage gap does not exist, you idiot. It's false. I'll show them the information, and they just won't listen to it. That's the problem with liberals. They don't listen to information. It's like you can hand them information right in front of their face, and they're like, they just don't pay attention to it. And so we're destroying Western civilization. Literally destroying Western civilization. I can't think of another way to properly destroy Western civilization than to bring in all these Muslim refugees that don't need to come. Because if you look at the birth rates, especially in Europe where this is really happening, the birth rates for the Europeans is down, right? They're not having that many kids. The Muslims are having plenty of kids, and that's going up. So, you can see a trend line as the Muslim population grows. It's obviously at some point, it doesn't matter how long it is, it's happening. It's in the process of happening. And that's what's going on in these Muslim or in the European communities. But are we ever going to save Western civilization? Is it even possible at this point? Because I really think it is, though. But I don't know if people are going to wake up to it. That's the thing. We have to wake up to the fact that it's a problem, and nobody's doing that. It's like people refuse to realize that this is a problem that we have. It's like, oh, don't worry about it, Dylan. It's not a big deal. ISIS isn't a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. All right, they're a huge deal. Now, I'm glad Trump won because that's the last glimmer of hope that we have of Western civilization, right? I mean, the rest of it's screwed. So we've got Trump in there. Maybe he can change some things. But other than that, I mean, for the most part, Western civilization's basically screwed itself. I mean, we're letting in all these Muslims. The Muslim religion is radical. It kills people. There's sects of the Muslim religion, sects as in like sections of the Muslim religion that that literally believe that you should kill all infidels, all people that don't believe in Allah. They want to kill them. And those are the people that the liberals are saying we should be accepting of, which I don't even understand. You know, liberals rail against gun owners. They say that gun owners are evil. They say all gun owners are bad people. Oh, but the Muslims, you know, every Muslim is a good person. But all gun owners are bad. I mean, it makes no sense. You're looking at the wrong group of people. Like, absolutely. It's like they refuse to see the negatives of their argument. That's what annoys me about liberals, is that I've made this argument all the time, is that they, you know, liberals are so emotional with their issues. It's like a bunch of women. You know, they're so emotional with their issues, they don't actually pay attention to what's going on. And then you've got the situation where they're so emotionally, like, involved in their issue that they refuse to see the reality of any situation. And, like, you can present them with facts and they ignore it, like I said earlier, because they refuse to see reality. Look at how much better... Oh, that doesn't actually work. But they refuse to see reality. It's like, what are you doing? Just look at the facts. If there was one thing that I would like to change the minds on liberals with, it would definitely be the Muslim religion, right? I would like them to see. I mean, they see it. Hillary Clinton knows it's a brutal, but she just refuses to admit it because she wants votes. That's the problem, is that it's not the liberals in control that are stupid, right? The liberals in control, like Obama, Bernie, all these people, they realize how stupid their positions are. But they also realize how stupid the people in the liberal community are, and so they prey off of those people like little, you know, I'm going to lie. You know, they prey off of the fact that the liberals are stupid to get votes. You know, well, as a conservative, I mean, look at the pushback against some of the Republican candidates during the election. I mean, it comes from such, I mean, conservatives are smart, they're intelligent people, on average more intelligent than liberals. I mean, that's been proven in studies. They're more intelligent than liberals. And so conservatives are smart. So if you're trying to run as a Republican, you need to appeal to people. Like, you need to actually show some viable economic plans and be a good. But when you're a liberal, you're so stupid you just don't realize anything. And I am calling the majority of liberals unintelligent, right? Because they're uninformed. And if you're uninformed, you're unintelligent. Maybe not in all issues. I mean, I'm sure they're really good at art and gender studies. But you bring a liberal over here and try to debate me on economics, or any conservative. Most conservative. A 13-year-old conservative is probably better at debating economics than a 29-year-old liberal. And that's how it is, you know. But I don't even know what we're going to do at this point. I mean, if we want to save Western civilization, we need to start acting. I mean, we need to start doing something. Obviously, the liberals are still saying it's global warming. I mean, there was that tweet from Jill Stein that I posted on my page. Absolutely insane. How stupid she is. I just realized I've thrown out so many ad hominems in this video, but I don't even care. She said, this new year, terror attack in Istanbul has nothing to do with Islam and everything to do with global warming. I mean, I don't even know what I can... Those are the people the Democrats are like, yeah! You know, they agree with that. It's stupid. I mean, how do you agree with something like that? Global warming? How would global warming affect a terrorist? Like, somebody please describe... If you're a liberal and you're watching this video, tell me in the comments, please, how the hell global warming has anything to do with terrorism. I would really like to know. I actually genuinely have an interest and I want to know. So, I mean, we have to save Western civilization. Donald Trump is the first step, but we have so much more to do, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it does not just end with Donald Trump. It's just beginning the fight against Western civilization. It is honestly just beginning.